Welcome everyone to In Bed with Lin Lovely. I'm here at my favorite hotel in Stockholm and I meet one of my favorite people in the Tantra scene in Sweden. This is Charlotte Cronquist. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, this room is...
It's fantastic.
It fits you.
It fits me. I want to tell you guys about Charlotte before she gets the chance to introduce herself, because Charlotte, she was my first tantric experience. Yes. It was some kind of dance festival, I guess, dance or yoga, and you were there with your ex-partner and you had a tantric ceremony. And it was very simple. We were walking around with our intentions in the hands and we were delivering it to each other's hearts. But I never felt energy in my entire life. I've never felt energy. But in this workshop, something really powerful happened. I could feel the gift and the energy from these people who came and gave me something. And I was so filled with magic and surprise and curiosity and emotions and feelings. So I guess this was my first step into this world. Thank you, Charlotte, for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear stories like that because it fills my heart. And you know, I call myself a love warrior, and I think love is so important. So,
Thank you. So Charlotte, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you and where do you come from before you started this work?
Well, I've been around for a while. So I've been working as a journalist most part of my life, and I work a lot with words. But then I came into communication is very important and so on. Then I started writing books and leading groups and so on, 20 years ago or something like that. And then there was this moment where I wrote a book about public speaking, and I asked persons, what do you need to do to be a good public speaker? And one person said, be yourself. And on the train from there, it was like I fell and fell and fell and fell down, and it was like, but who am I? I've been trying to be someone that people could like or love. So I had never been myself. So I was like, but who the hell am I? So I started this journey in search for who is this person? and it was also I didn't even dare to do meditation because I thought it would be dangerous. I could go mad. And I also thought that if I went inside, I would find only a monster. So I didn't have the courage to go there until this man said, be yourself. And then I started. So that, it changed my life totally. I had to divorce and start an inner journey and meet Tantra and everything.
Wow, that's a powerful sentence, be yourself.
Yeah, and I often say, I am confused. I'm still confused, but on a high level today. So I feel very grounded at the moment. But I'm also more vulnerable, also more happy. So it's like if life was on one level, kind of dull level before, safe, but dull. And now it's more like this. So to get the highs, I have to also have the lows. And I feel much more alive now.
Yeah, that's what strikes me, that there is so much aliveness in you.
Yeah. And I created something I call Playful Tantra. And the reason was actually that after many experiences of Tantra, I went to a Tantra course in India, and the man leading the course, he didn't smile once for 4 days. And he said everything is about being enlightened. And I was like, no. To me it's also to live, to feel aliveness in me. And I often see myself, in a mature body, but still like a little girl who goes on the meadow, like chasing butterflies and being in a state of wonder. What could happen now? I have no idea. I mean, we started this, we had like 2 questions, and then life happens. And I really love that, to make love happen. And also in Tantra, to like, what will happen in my meeting with me? That's the most important in a way. And then what could happen in a meeting with another person? Are you and I going to eye gaze? Is that the purpose? Are we going to hug? Are we going to talk? Or what is going to happen?
I love that. So according to you, there is no timeline in Tantra. It's not like first we do this, then we do that, and then that will happen.
No, I want to avoid a timeline, actually. I mean, when you do some inner work, if you work, for example, with childhood issues, then it could be very good to work in a structured way, because then you, as a child, can feel more safe. But when it happens, when you're like playing with your aliveness, I mean, look at children, how do? They can stay at a point for quite a while, and then this is more fun, and then I go there. So I don't want it to be first you have to learn to breathe in a very tantric way, and then you have to eye gaze in a very, and then you need to do this. But if you are like, what could happen if I learn some tantric breathing? What would happen if I meditate more? What could happen if I do some yoga? What would happen if I change what I eat? So I like, when I make groups and courses and so, I always have a plan for what will happen, but then I always have to change it because the energy in the room is otherwise. I want to follow where are people now in this moment, and then I go for it and I get guidance. So nowadays there are moments of vulnerability, and I can like have some trepidation, like please help me, but it comes. So but I need also like structure from the beginning, but just to have the possibility to improvise.
For me, it's exactly the same. The structure may be there to make us feel safe initially. Like there is some kind of structure in how we greet each other, or how we establish some kind of connection. But once we have established that connection, how would it be if we were just playing with existence? How would it be if we were just full of our impulses? Yeah, and I think that's the magic about Tantra, and this spontaneity that maybe sometimes is lacking in everyday life, where we do more or less the same things, going up at the same time, going to work, watching the same TV series. Like we are so much in a pattern. And I think also that's what's making life dull and taking away the different peaks and valleys. And also some people get scared of having these emotions, the peaks and valleys. We don't know how to handle it because I think we're very used to this dullness.
Yeah, and I think it takes some bravery to go into Tantra, because you open up your heart and you can open up your sexuality and all your energy, and there are moments when you're shit scared and where you meet emotions and feelings that you're not used to, and you can feel little and small and angry and super horny and am I too much, am I too little? I mean, you give space for all this, but from that you get more authentic, as I see it.
We see ourselves.
Yeah.
When we are lighting the light on everything that is inside of us, all of these emotions, like you say, that's when we see ourselves and our complexity as human beings.
Yeah.
And then I'm not constant. In 1 year, when I put the light on myself, I will see something else because I will have evolved.
Yeah, as I see it, I see like a spiral that you come to the same point in the spiral, but it's not the same because you have evolved, so it goes like up and up. So every time I think, oh shit, I'm at the same point, I need to meditate a bit and just to reflect, is that true? And it seldom is. So to have this richness, I think that's sort of the invitation, to have a richness and also to get in contact with something that's greater than you. Before Tantra, I felt very lonely. And there is a tantric saying I really love, and that is, no mud, no lotus. So to me that is, it's good to be grounded, to be in your body, to sense your body and to sense your senses. And also that can give you help to get in contact to that which is greater than you, that you can call, some call it God, some call it universe, some call it something else. But this power of feeling I'm here and I have contact with this, the world is so great, and I can sort of channel some of it within this body. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I got touched when I talk about it, because I think it's really something, and you don't need to bring in drugs or anything. You can start by breathing and like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And to me, I think this should be the normal. I think this should be the normal way of living. We are here for a reason, and why shouldn't the world meet Lin in totality and Charlotte in totality? I mean, are we here to be some small creatures? I don't think so. I think everyone has a right to flower. So I often say I wanted to be part of a movement where we make Tantra more mainstream, to see this is natural, it's our natural state. And to be like both the grown-up and also have the innocence and playfulness of children. And that's not to say that children are less than us, because I think children can be real teacher. You, as a mother of like a small child, you know that. You can just look at him and thanks for the lessons he gives you, in a way.
Yeah, it's true. For me also Tantra is like waking up from a dream, waking up from some kind of clouded confusion, and then suddenly realize, oh my God, it's right now life. It's happening now. It's not later, it's not then, it's not when I'm done with anything. It's now in this moment.
Yes, and then some people who are like afraid of this, they say, but you can't be in the moment all the time, or what about the future? Of course we make plans. I mean, of course you know that the yoga festival is at these dates this summer, the Tantra festival is at these dates. So it's not like you are like not knowing, but then we can be much in the now also. That's also to meet the now, and also when the now is dull.
When the now is dull.
Yeah. And also one aspect I think it's important is that I see many people, and I've been that myself, that runs from themselves. They're so fucking afraid of who they are and of emotions and feelings, afraid of their own anger, sadness, whatever it is, maybe even happiness. So they run, and not being there in the moment. So what would happen if you just close your eyes for a moment and just, this is me in this moment. What do I feel in this moment? What does my heart say in this moment?
I'm so glad to hear you say this, because something that I'm very fascinated about, it is Tantric Sex, And sometimes when I watch videos about tantric sex, it's a lot about how to do it, which postures to do, how to breathe, and how to connect with your partner. But what if we would have this approach to sexuality? To be in the unknown and to maybe have a really dull moment together in bed and allow the dullness or allow the wildness, allow the craziness, the joy, the passion, the all of our spectrum to shine in the lovemaking.
I actually do, and I guess you do too. And that has changed my life. I mean, for example, when I first met my divine animal, I would call it, like something in me is really wild, really horny, really like, I want to take it all now, and it could be expressed in any way, but to be in this richness, fullness, and then for a moment just feeling there's no energy, and then I stop. I mean, I remember before when I made love, then it was more like something should happen and the both should come in a traditional way and stuff like that. And it was like a journey to just to reach that. So it was no space for what was true
in the moment.
In the moment. And it's fascinating to get in contact, for example, with anger. Or that the energy leaves you and you, I mean, today I know when the energy is gone, and if my partner is there in the moment, he or she also knows. And that's fascinating. Before I didn't trust this. I felt, now it's getting dull. And I went on just for the sake of it. And that's amazing. This to trust this very difficult word to speak about, the energy, because I had to learn to observe or feel it. But it's really fun.
How important is sex in your life?
It's very important, actually. I have sex every day. So it's like my meditation practice at the moment, and it's never like first we do this and then we do this and then we do this. It could be 5 minutes or it could be 3 hours and a coffee break in between. I mean, so, and it's like I raise my energy from that. So I have this. It's my idea. Let's say that you could have like a zero level where you have no sexual energy at all, and 10 is like your orgasmic. And if you have sex very seldom or never, you start always on a 0 or less. But when you live a tantric life, maybe your level is 4 or 5 from the beginning. So to get into like
Oh my God. You just needed to say that. And it's like, I know. Isn't it great to be so close to orgasmic level?
But I am. I mean, I can orgasm from hugs or even non-touch. So that's also a scenario that I really want to introduce to people, that you can raise your lower level, so it's more easy to feel your aliveness. It's not just like that I feel some horniness in my sex. It's like my being is on. Now I've got a bit shy.
That's great. You're cute when you're shy.
But I think it's amazing what just happened. Like this rush of energy. It's so close.
So let's make Tantra mainstream. Let's have all people practice it as a meditation, as a way to enhance your orgasmic potential, as a way to feel connected to yourself, each other, and to God.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you, Charlotte, for joining me in my bed.
Thank you. Thank you, Lin.